Alright, so when I was doing stuff about TDX, like doing random stuff, watching a few YouTube videos, I realized that not that many people know a few stuff about Tower Defense X. For example, a lot of people didn't know that Chemical Thrower Path 2 throws chemical, and some of them thought it was just a regular assault rifle type of guy, but nope, it's a chemical guy. I'm gonna get over that later, but not right now. I'm gonna go for the simpler ones, for the beginner type players. So yeah, here we go. So first of all, one of the most important things that beginner players should know is that TDX towers cannot fire through walls. Here's an example right here. As you can see in this picture right here, the range, which is the blue part, got a little messed up, like cut off from the upper area because the wall is blocking the range's range. Here's the footage of John Roblox explaining it better because I suck at English.
And you guys may notice the range, the circle thing on here. Do you guys see what's going on with that brick right there? Well, if you take a look at here, look at how the tower can't fire. It can only fire in line of sight. Okay. It'll exchange targets as it does sometimes because the tree will block it. Now, towers in my game, they won't fire through walls, meaning that if you place it really stupid like this, it does absolutely nothing.
But if you place it on top of something, it gets free range, obviously. And let's move on to the beginner tower, which is named Ranger, which is a free starting tower that every player in Tower Defense X will get. On its base level, it does 1.50 damage and 1.46 DPS. I forgot the range, my bad. It costs $280 to place down. Path 1 goes by automatic but does less damage but more DPS. Path 2 goes for a grenade ability and shoots out fire, more damage but less DPS. Its stats for Path 1: max does 13 damage, 20 range with stealth detection, 86.67 DPS, and costs over $18,130. And Path 2 max stats, it does 16.50 damage, 18 range, and does 58.72 DPS, and costs over $18,080. And I do want to mention that no, Missile Trooper is no longer a free tower. John confirmed it in the Discord general, because Missile Trooper is a lot more OP to be a free starting tower. Pretty much what John said was he lied. He replied to a question if Missile Trooper will still be a free tower, and John said, I lied. So no, Missile Trooper is no longer a free tower. Just want to tell you guys that. There is a problem with shotgunners, so I don't know Path 1 max stats and Path 2 max stats, because the original stats of it are demo, and it's probably changed by now to be a lot more balanced. So I'm just gonna tell you guys the base level stats. On base level, it does 4 damage, 3.67 DPS, and 5.5 range, and costs over $325. Path 1 goes for more damage, more range, and more targets hit, but less DPS. Path 2 goes for less damage, less range, less targets hit, but more damage since it's an automatic shotgun. It's the AA-12. I would recommend getting Shotgunner as another tower after you got done saving up from all the grinding you did with 2 players or 4 players using Ranger only, because Shotgunner is going to help you a lot with soloing and grinding for easy mode, so you can get other more towers for intermediate, nightmare, ultra, and probably PvP if you want to. And moving on to Tower Defense X maps, which is a pretty cool idea, is that longer maps gives less rewards, while shorter maps gives you a lot more rewards. Because it's kind of dumb when you can earn the exact same amount from an easy map and a really hard map. The really hard map makes you think a lot more than the easy map, which is why the hard map should give you a lot more coins for using your brain power, while easy maps are just easy. Here's the footage on why I will think that. Whatever John hates in a tower defense game, he would most likely improve it.
Difficulties in this game are pretty dumb, and they mean nothing really, because in easy mode you will earn the exact same amount as someone who beat an insane mode map. That is just really dumb, and I don't understand why they are not rewarded more. There is clearly more thought, strategy, and timing put into it compared to some easy path map that requires almost no thinking, dude. If you play on the hard ones, you should be rewarded more. It would be cool to see if you win on insane maps, you would be rewarded almost 1,000 coins or something like that. That would be juicy and actually worth your time playing those maps.
Here are examples on the same thing that John said, but with Tower Defense X maps. This is a normal map, and it is decently long, so it's going to be a bit easier to make your defenses and use your brain power, like a little bit. I mean, I don't think you have to use your brain power, so this map is going to give like a little less rewards. And here is a hard map, and the hard map has a shorter path, which is where enemies will go, obviously, and has a bit more spots where you can place your towers. You can't even place any battleships, patrols, any water guys, but I'm pretty sure you can still place down some flying guys. So this map will give you a bit more rewards than normal and easy maps. This is a even harder map. 4 paths on where the enemies will go, probably adding in a lot more enemies, doubling it. And I can see soloing this is gonna be really hard. You gotta get like 2 towers or 1 on each side right there. So this map will give you a lot more rewards. And as for this, alright, so we're almost finished at the beginning section of the video, and now we are going to be talking about the optimization. If you watch a lot of TDX videos, you would know that optimization is really good, because a Traz, he's a Chad. So no need to worry if you have a trash device, but if it's really trash, it may not be able to run Tower Defense X. But if it's not that bad, you can, but there's only one problem. Tower Defense X optimization cannot optimize your Wi-Fi, so your Wi-Fi will be the problem. If you have a really bad Wi-Fi, then you're doomed for as hell. TDX is able to run 1,000 zombies or even 10,000 zombies. Probably not all at once, but 10,000 zombies, it's not possible. But 1,000 zombies, yeah, John confirmed it basically that the max zombie limit is going to be 1,000. So there's good luck with killing 1,000 zombies with your crappy ranger, buddy. Alright, now on to the modes. Alright, this is no longer the beginning thing. Alright, so there's like 5 modes in the game right now, but I think there's just 2 right now. 3 are just being implemented before the release. I don't know how they're gonna do all that, but let's just see. But my guesses of the 5 modes are, let's start off with the obvious ones: easy mode, intermediate, nightmare. And the 2 other ones is going to be PvP and ultra. PvP is basically a tower battles like thing, and ultra mode is a harder mode, kind of like hardcore from TDS. giving you different kinds of rewards and possibly new towers. And finally, endless. Endless is basically not really endless. It kind of only goes up to 101 wave, which is what John plans. I don't know if it's going to be changed or not, but yeah. And by continuing the game, zombies will increase in HP, speed, resistance, and stealth factors as well. And probably bosses will have a lot more and more HP, probably like hundred thousands of HP, and would spam abilities a lot faster. And here are all the enemy HPs in both modes, easy mode and intermediate. Here they are. Here's easy mode, and here's intermediate. You can write it in a book. Yes, write it on a book. I have like 2 TDX notebooks right here containing a lot of information. Now on to some tower stats. First, we have cryoblaster. On it, cryoblaster's base level does 0 damage, 0 DPS. I forgot the range, and it costs $575 to place down. I'm kind of getting tired of saying these tower stats, so I'm just gonna put them on screen. Yeah, Path 1 does like 0 damage and 0 DPS. Man, Path 1 deals 0 damage, obviously, 0 DPS, absolutely nothing. Low range, but freezes zombies, but you will still need a lot more if there's a lot of high health enemies. And it slows down zombies by 20% when they're freed. And towers deal 30% damage to the zombies that has been freezed. Example, Ranger, he is going to do a bit more damage than his base form because of the 30% damage buff. Path 2 deals damage. Finally, Cryoblaster doing damage on Path 2 level 3, where it does 60 damage. More range, freezes enemies one by one, pretty much direct hit only, but freezes enemies a lot faster, but has the reload time of 3 seconds, kind of long. Path 2 doesn't really have crowd control, but freezes enemies a lot faster. To freeze a in-game boss, you need like $1 million. Cryoblaster Path 2 is also really good at making you win in almost death situations. For example, look at this video right here. Revive Abomination about to go in John's base. He placed down 2 Cryoblasters right there. And look at this. It freezes the Revive Abominations, giving the towers time to kill them off, which is a major clutch. You got Cryoblaster is pretty good, but I have a feeling that Path 2 is kind of a better deal, but he is very expensive. On to our next tower, Missile Trooper. Missile Trooper Path 1 goes for more damage, more range, but the reload time is a bit slow. Path 2 goes for an automatic rocket launcher with more DPS, more reload time, pretty much like spamming missiles, but like less damage, like 115. Oh yeah, Path 2 also like decreases damage as you can see right there. It goes from 150 damage to 115 damage. Kind of an L, but it's for balancing. Here are the stats. Laser Gunner. On his base level, Laser Gunner detects stealth and ignores the shield from other enemies, like from the Revived Titan. He will do his full damage, 4 damage, instead of like 1 damage because it's not bullets. Path 1 goes for less damage but more range and has piercing, hitting more targets. Really good against crowd control as well, but less damage, but can do insane damage when used properly. Path 2 goes for more damage but less range, but has an ability to reveal stealth enemies in range, kinda just making them unstealth. Here are the stats. Farm Tower. Well, I don't really have the stats for Path 2, but wait, I'm kind of confused. Is the red one Path 1 or Path 2? I don't know. I'm just gonna call the red one path one. Anyways, base level it gives $275 and it costs $1,025. Max path one gives $2,925 with another $2,925, which gives around $5,850. While in path 2, I don't really know how much money it gives, but it gives health instead, 45 HP per crate. Another cool thing about path 2 farm, it gains 2% of value of nearby towers per crate. Meaning if there's a tower nearby, it takes 2% of their value and turns them into money that you will get.
Tower economics, gain 2% of value of nearby towers per crate. So let's say you had a lot of rangers max out near this farm tower, right? It's about $90,000 per ranger. There are 7 rangers here. 7 rangers is $133,000, which is a bonus of $2,600 per crate on top of the already bonus you get. Path 1 is a better deal for your buck as you're going to gain $6,000 per wave. But say if you had max out juggernauts, which are worth $30,000 max out, yeah, you can see how this farm upgrade would be really good for late game.
DJ on its base level buffs the fire rate and the range. I don't know what the percent is, but Max Path 1 buffs the fire rate by 35% and buffs the range by 15%, and comes with a fire rate ability that can buff your tower's fire rate by a lot. If you have like 2 Max Path 1 EDJs and use those abilities with Juggernaut Path 2, Juggernaut Path 2 might do 1,000 DPS, making Path 1 really good, but has a very short range of 7. Max Path 2 gives a tower discount by 30%, except for the max upgrades. Mine Layer. Well, the stats for Mine Layer when we saw it was still in the demo phase, but I'm just gonna go over his stats. Maybe the price has been changed, but I'm gonna go for the stats and then the thing for now. On his base level, he does 20 damage, 1.33 DPS, but has a really small range, which is his range forever in all of his upgrades. His range does not change. Max Path 1 goes for a bigger explosion radius, killing 3 zombies at once, but less damage. Path 2 goes for a small explosion radius, but more damage, and has a thermite, which creates a little firestorm. So that would be the end for this video. Of course I'm going to be making part 2. The reason why I'm not going to be continuing this full video because I'm running out of space and I'm having a lot of problems. Not real life problems, but like problems trying to make this a full video. So see ya guys in part 2.